All right, remember, the machine knows if you're lying. First statement, Carvana will give you a real offer on your car all online.
False.
True, actually. You can sell your car in minutes.
False? That's gotta be...
True again. Carvana will pick up your car from your door, or you can drop it off at one of their car vending machines.
Sounds too good to be true, so true.
Finally caught on. Nice job. Honesty isn't just their policy, it's their entire model. Sell your car today, too.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Experience a membership that backs what you're building with American Express Business Platinum. Enjoy complimentary access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection and a welcome offer of 200,000 points after you spend $20,000 on purchases on the card within your first 3 months of membership. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
Walmart Business is in the business of helping your business, regardless of whether you're building bridges, building spreadsheets, or building lesson plans. Ooh, that looks fun. Walmart Business can help save you time, money, and hassle so you can focus on what you're building instead of what your supply closet is missing. In short, we take care of business so you can do more with yours. We're the Walmart you love, now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like expecting the leadership of a team captain on the football field, but getting a sea captain. You wouldn't settle for just anything for your team. Shouldn't it be the same for your insurance? So don't settle for just any insurance when you can go with a leader. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This episode is brought to you by Contentful. Marketers, you know that feeling when your creative clicks? When that social post sends engagement through the roof? When your outside-of-the-box campaign hits ROI positive? When a personalized homepage turns prospects into customers? It's utter marketing bliss. Contentful helps you create tailored omni-channel experiences without working overtime. No stress, no limits, only possibilities. Get the feels at Contentful.com.
Mace, nowadays, when Amin can't show up, I'm assuming that he's in the lab with Pablo, right? Like, I'm assuming he can't tell where he is, undisclosed location, a secret taping for the next episode of Pablo Torre Finds Out, the Ballmer investigation.
Yeah, you want to talk about a boy who cried wolf. Is Amin just a Illuminati member who cries Pablo now?
Mm-hmm.
Every time he can't make a recording, oh, I'm so sorry, I have to put on a suit and slowly take it off for my other job as a improv comedian to a Peabody-nominated journalist.
In my sweaty suit.
Oh, I'm so sweaty. Oh, I didn't even get to do my lawyer character because I quickly became a disheveled lawyer character. That was my new bit.
There's so much that we have to get into today. We have someone who's going to pop in with a big announcement.
Big decision.
The first decision of this person later in the episode. But we also got some news on the Ballmer front. He's probably taping it right now. I mean, the reaction to the report, according to Adam Silver at the latest September meeting with NBC, he did a press conference as part of the NBA on NBC is back, said 2026 All-Star Game slated to be in Los Angeles, hosted by Steve Ballmer. According to Adam Silver, he hasn't even contemplated the idea that they would move away from Intuit Dome and Steve Ballmer as part of the 2026 All-Star Game. How dare you for even suggesting such a thing, Maze?
What are we doing? How obvious can you be, Adam? There's no contemplation, and planning for the All-Star Game and surrounding activities are operating completely independently of the ongoing investigation? You mean the ongoing investigation into the Clippers, whose stadium would be hosting the All-Star Game? They're very dependent on each other. They're extremely dependent. Ugh! It's driving me crazy. This is so obvious. He's dying for games to start so that people stop talking about this. He cannot wait to never discuss aspiration or the Clippers or Steve Ballmer and Kawhi Leonard ever again.
Why wouldn't this be on the table? If it's a cardinal sin, his own words described cap circumvention as a cardinal sin. You don't think that playing host to the 2026 All-Star Game is on the table? Hornets fans are sitting here, Charlotte fans are sitting here being like, wait, you can't possibly pull the All-Star game from Steve Ballmer due to reasons that have nothing to do with the actual games? Of course that's within his power. So the fact that he hasn't even contemplated it, I think for all the people out there who think that the NBA is going to go soft on Steve Ballmer and the Clippers, that news story right there, that he hasn't even contemplated pulling it, even though he's already described it as a cardinal sin, kind of tells you all you need to know. And Maze, do you find it strange that the Clippers, who have said on ESPN and otherwise that they have nothing to hide and they're eager, they invite the investigation, do you find it strange that as soon as they have the opportunity to post all their media day stuff, the interview with Lawrence Frank, the press conference, and Kawhi Leonard, they have nothing to hide. They're eager for this investigation to come out. They're happy that it's happening. It will reveal the full story, that they have not published anything on their YouTube channel since media day. You can't find those press conferences, even though, Maze, this past summer, when they signed Chris Paul, they posted it immediate availability with Lawrence Frank on their YouTube channel. Also, when they drafted so-and-so and they had an NBA draft press availability, they took that press conference and posted it to their YouTube channel.
What about last year's media day? They surely didn't post it last year either.
They did. They did, Mace. Posted not only Tyronn Lue and Lawrence Frank's media availabilities, but about 6 other players at media day last year. They're the only team, according to research at TomTheFinder.com, the only team in the NBA to not post any media day content.
That is such a Tom the Finder task, to search every single YouTube channel for their media day posting, just to confirm, just to make sure, to find that everybody else did it and that there is actually aberrant behavior by the Clippers.
I not only tracked whether each team had posted any media day content, I have a spreadsheet with how many players interviews they did. I decided for my own sanity not to post that.
Wow. You just did it for you.
I just have a little secret file that shows
it's a secret Tom spreadsheet
that the Brooklyn Nets had 21 player interviews posted to their website.
And all they needed was Michael Porter Jr. They didn't need any other ones. There's also something else that happened, and I know some people are sick of us talking about this, but during those press conferences on media day, we had Ramona Shelburne asking some questions about aspiration, and then she went on the radio to explain that they took the mic away from her. They stopped her from asking more follow-up questions about aspiration. There was a team journalist who asked a team-friendly question to Kawhi, and then there were other reporters in the back of the room waiting to ask more questions about aspiration or Ballmer or Kawhi's involvement, what have you, and they were all denied the microphone. So clearly nothing is going on, guys.
Nothing. I didn't know that Chris Mannix was there until afterward, when Ramona was talking about the people. National reporters were in the room raising their hand to ask questions. Among them was Chris Mannix from NBC Sports and Sports Illustrated. Couldn't get a question in.
And the Clippers probably said, oh, Ramona, she interviewed Ballmer. She's a friend. She'll ask a softball for us. And then once she didn't, guess what? Mike revoked.
Man, they didn't post Lawrence Frank's interview, and I wonder if they think the Ramona exchange went poorly when she's like, is that a yes or a no answer to whether Uncle Dennis asked for any improper benefits outside of the CBA? And he said, Dennis knows the rules. We know the rules.
Uncle Dennis knows the rules. That's why he's constantly breaking them.
And we're breaking them. In 2015 with DeAndre Jordan, we broke the cap circumvention rules by promising a Lexus deal.
That's why they know him.
We know the rules. So is that a yes or a no? Yes, we know the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you just say there was no cap circumvention?
Well, they haven't even contemplated it, Tom.
My assignment: uncover why the association inspires more conspiracy theories in volume and salience than any other U.S. sport.
You've heard of the Illuminati.
The truth is out there, but so are lies.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
The NBA has always been controlled by about 8 people.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses.
If you're only using 10% of your brain, you don't even know that you're using 10% of your brain.
The NBA Illuminati.
If coincidences are just coincidences, why do they feel so contrived?
The Illuminati.
But you start to follow the money, and you don't know where to
is going to take you.
It is unspoken. They have influence among other players.
The NBA Illuminati.
I don't have time for your convenient ignorance.
Maybe I'm a conspiracist now as well. That's all it took. Oh, we got books, we got schools. You saw a video on YouTube.
Why my eyes, sir? You've never used them before.
We are the basketball Illuminati.
This is Basketball Illuminati. My name is Tom Haberstroh, and not always, apparently, joined by Amin Elhassan, because he's not here. I usually say, as always, joined, but he's not here today for reasons undisclosed.
He's joining us in spirit. I mean, he's always got his third eye open, so he's always on duty, even if he's not actively appearing. His ghostly visage is whispering in my ear like Obi-Wan Kenobi to Luke in the trench run, saying, yeah, get Adam Silver. Use the Force.
I know that Star Wars reference for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you're here, as always.
That's true.
Producer Anthony Mays.
Members of the Illumination can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/countthedings. You can also show your support by wearing a third eye hat or a Basketball Illuminati shirt or hoodie. Check out the link in the show notes or go to the Count the Dings store on Cotton Bureau and keep that third eye open.
We've got a great show. The return of Trevon Edwards, formerly of Wyatt and Kennedy, currently with Count the Dings, unvarnished, unleashed, with some intel, some takes, and some thoughts about all sorts of things, including LeBron James's Hennessy ad. We're going to get into this. I wanted no one else on this pod. Not even you. I mean, he doesn't listen to this.
No, he's not listening. But he's here, though. He's present, but he's not listening. Just like he's on the podcast, not listening.
Coming right up, Black Trey.
Hello, listener. It's Producer Mays here to talk to you about your pets. That's right. Today's episode is sponsored by the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program. Now, if you're like me, whenever a pet is in danger in a TV show or movie, it makes your heart race. Because that fictional pet reminds you of your pet, and you don't want anything bad to happen to any pet ever. But sometimes unpredictable things can happen. And that's why the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program offers customizable accident and illness plans, making it easier for pet parents like you to help your pet get the care they may need. The program's been around for over 18 years, and they've helped more than 600,000 pets during that time. They allow you to customize your plan, helping ensure that your pet's plan is as unique as they are. Because vet bills can really add up, especially when you're least expecting it. It's simple. Use our app to submit a claim, and you'll receive reimbursement for eligible vet bills directly into your bank account. To explore coverage, visit aspcapetinsurance.com/dings. That's aspcapetinsurance.com/dings, DINGS. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is either underwritten by Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance.
Listener, listen up. This is important. Okay, I'm going to try to save you some money here. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. You may think like, oh, that's bad. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. You heard that correctly. $15 per month. Ditch overpriced wireless and the jaw-dropping monthly bills. And of course, there are all these hidden fees and stuff, but at Mint Mobile, plans start at $15 per month. All the plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. You're not doing like weekend and nighttime minutes or anything like that. And it's delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone. Don't have to get a new phone. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. I switched months ago. People have asked, did you actually switch? Yes, I actually switched months ago, and I don't know what to do with all this extra money. I've cheated the system here. I've rigged something. This is an Ocean's 11 situation where I'm stealing wireless from Mint. That's how good a deal it is. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/dings. That's DINGS. That's mintmobile.com/dings. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hello, listener. It's producer Maze here to talk to you about Kindred. Now, close your eyes like Owen Wilson during a job interview and imagine a way to travel that feels personal, comfortable, and connected without the price tags and the sterile feelings of hotels or short-term rentals. Now open your eyes and stop using your imagination because Kindred has made it very real. That's exactly what they do. Kindred is a members-only home swapping network. It's not a hotel. It's not a short-term rental. It's a smarter way to travel where each stay feels like home. Here's how it works. With Kindred, your home is your ticket. You earn credits by hosting fellow Kindred members, and then you use those credits to stay in over 220,000 homes in more than 100 cities worldwide. There are no hotel costs or rental fees, just the credits that you've earned. Every stay comes with white glove service, 24/7 trip support, and $100,000 in host protection. Make it easier for you to travel and enjoy yourself and not worry about details. I've used Kindred and I found an amazing home for a weekend getaway in an idyllic location with amazing views and great ambiance. It had everything I needed. And the best part was, it cost me $0. So apply now at livekindred.com and use code DINGS to join for free. Plus, you'll earn 5 nights of travel credit just for signing up. That's right, that's 5 whole nights for free at livekindred, KINDRED.com, code DINGS, DINGS, livekindred.com, code DINGS. Hello, listener. It's producer Maze here to talk to you about Quince and their cookware. Cooler nights mean cozy meals at home, and Quince's cookware has made fall cooking so much more enjoyable. Their pieces deliver the quality and performance of luxury brands, but at a price that makes sense. And they look gorgeous on the stovetop, too. No matter what item you need to complete your kitchen, Quince has you covered. With 5-ply stainless steel pots and pans, nonstick skillets, chef-quality knives, and even ceramic bakeware, which is perfect for cozy casseroles or Sunday roasts. And when you look at these prices, you might think, how is Quince doing this? How do they deliver high-quality items similar to high-end brands that are half the price? Well, let me tell you, they partner directly with ethical top-tier factories to cut out the middlemen and pass the savings on to you. And it's not just cookware. I got myself some bath sheets. That's right. When you're a tall man, you have to use bath sheets, not bath towels from Quince. It's like drying off with the cloud. It's incredible. Upgrade your kitchen for cozy fall meals with premium cookware from Quince. Go to quince.com/dings for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/dings, DINGS, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dings.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
You all think I'm late. Well, I'm not late. And I'm going to stay right here and fight for this lost cause, even if this room gets filled with lies like these. And the tailors and all their armies come marching into this place. Somebody will listen to me.
There's no better way to overpower a trickle of doubt than with a flood of naked truth.
But the complexity and the gray lie not in the truth, but what you do with the truth once you have it.
What is true and right is true and right for all.
You and I both know that that's just not the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Too messy. Keeps them up nights.
I'm here because in the end, the truth is worth the risk.
Speak a little truth and people lose their minds.
I'm a grown man, you can tell me the truth.
Why is it people who want the truth never believe it when they hear it?
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something really outrageous. I'm going to tell the truth.
We are joined by truth teller extraordinaire, Count the Dings, Patna, our guy, Black Trey.
Yeah, Trey. The greatest of his era.
I was gonna say, is this my first Illuminati appearance?
It's been a minute. I want to say probably Lebitard era you were on.
Okay.
You have some big jeans to fill.
I do, man. I will say, man, very, very. Only thing missing is the Air Jordan 11s, 72 and 10 viral moment. But yes, I'm here to try to fit in Amin's jeans. Pause if need be.
Yeah. We're not doing this live, but there was a moment where I was like, Trey, we got to get you on for an emergency pod with this LeBron thing, because you've been in the ad world for Wyatt and Kennedy. Now you're at J Sports in Indianapolis. And I kind of feel like you have a long history with LeBron hate or LeBron criticism, maybe I should say. And this, you just got to be like a kid on Christmas morning after
I was on the nose. I was so on the nose, but it was kind of like annoying because I was like, why don't y'all see this? I think that was the thing.
Well, everyone's on pins and needles across the country. You ready to go, LeBron? Where's the powder?
Left it at home.
LeBron, fans want to know where you're taking your talents this year. What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is tough. In this fall, I'm gonna be taking my talents to Hennessy VSOP.
VSOP? And this was the conclusion you woke up with this morning?
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
LeBron, appreciate it.
I like my decision.
Also, just sharing a Zodiac with this man, I know how I would do my retirement. You get what I'm saying? Like, my retirement's not going to be a day before preseason. My retirement, no, it's not going to be set up that way. I got to have the whole sexy rollout thing where the patches are done for me, dedicated throughout the season, the courts, who am I going to have there? Who's going to do my tribute videos? Like, again, this is not a Chris Paul retirement. This is Chris Paul's last season, by the way. But this is not any of those type of players. This is LeBron James.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Considerably the GOAT. And you think the GOAT's going to go out? He's going to wake up and say, I'm about to retire today.
Well, I agree with you 100%. Wake up, sheeple. It was never going to happen. He did the same thing Amazon Prime Day. We'll play both those clips.
LeBron, are the retirement rumors true? What's next?
But I could see how he might announce that it was conceivably his last season.
No! How? The tell
do
was
what Trey is talking about. He's saying he wants the whole rollout.
But I think you get into that like in July. You muddy the waters. Now you sell the book. Now you sell the tickets, the meet and greets, all that. You know what I mean? Because now the friends are involved, right? It's not just it's not the four horsemen that he grew up with. It is the Kevin Harts of the world. Like, these people are even Nike's going to go all in. There is no way Nike's in the blind of this.
What was that? The Lakers did that Kobe jersey floating in the wind when they brought him back for like one last hurrah. What was the pomp and circumstance what was that for? I forget which event in Kobe's career that was for, because the Lakers aren't going to do this quietly either,
No. Well, I think they've lost all comms from him because they prematurely upped the price, which is great for business because it's the new owners. And I'm pretty sure they're probably sleeping in separate rooms at this moment. You know what I mean? Like, the divorce is very near, and he doesn't owe them anything because they've obviously clearly moved on. They got Luka Doncic. They got the JJ Redick. They've extended. They know where they're going with it. This probably is the end of the LeBron Laker era, but LeBron's not about to leave. I don't even think he gives them the benefit of the doubt to say, hey, y'all got to retire me, or y'all get the, he still needs to be in control of that, of saying, hey, we collaborated on this retirement. Y'all just didn't force me out.
What was the tell for you, Maze, when you were like, yeah, this isn't real? Because for me, it was the guy sitting in the chair was a nobody. And to this day, as we're recording, I have not ruled out the possibility that he is AI.
So we still don't have confirmation on who this guy is?
The Hennessy, is he like a Hennessy president?
He's a hired actor.
A hired
This was filmed. This was filmed. I mean, do we just jump right into it?
Yeah.
Okay, so shouts to my former agency, Wyden Kennedy. Amsterdam leg has handled this.
Wow.
The Hennessy Amsterdam leg done this. You know what I mean? And in Wyden Kennedy fashion, shocked the world, which they did. They got ticket prices to go up, which they didn't plan on doing, but it was the love pump fake, right?
Love pump fake. Oh,
shouts to LeBron leaning into it. He's been the past 3 years, he's leaned into everything instead of saying nah. Because usually when I've tried to work with LeBron plenty of times where I've wrote Nike basketball stuff, and he's like, I'm not doing it, because he had all the power to say no. Now he's like, oh, maybe he knew I was gone, and he was like, all right, now I want to work with y'all, and I'll do more fun stuff.
Oh, can you give us what's in the drafts?
Yeah, I mean, I had some stuff like bringing back LeBron Wise, the 5 LeBrons. Like now him being year 40, but also looking, Grandpa Wise has basically passed on, and now he's looking at this shrine because he's finally there in his career. And he's like, I told you I wasn't going to let you down. I trained in the pool and these different things. And I had this whole LeBron's thing kind of going, and he just was like, nah.
The funny thing is you're pulling back to a nostalgic time in his career that is thought of positively.
I kept reading on Twitter, Nike's commercials weren't fun anymore. They were too political and things of that nature. So I was trying to not be too on the nose, too funny, to take him away from because I get it. He's 39, 40 years old at this time when I was penning these things. But it was and it was the stuff that he wanted to be a part of was hilarious because he was not written into this stuff. Like the Olympic ad. Mm-hmm. He was not written into that. It was one of those.
Which one? Sorry if I'm...
The Olympic ad where he's they show the dunk and he gets in and it's they show all the Olympic people from Nike athletes.
Okay.
Mbappe. It's just having all that. And then he gets in and he does the captain, that thing. That was not originally in there. That was for Kevin Durant. It was one of the, but he has the power to pick the litter of hey, I want to be in that. Still. And this year, here's another telltale, Maze and Tom. He has 23 colorways coming out with the LeBron 23 this year.
Jeez.
It has to do well.
23
colorways.
Now, I am not a sneakerhead, but that seems like a lot.
Is he trying to get people to buy all 23?
But they've banked so much into year 23 because it's the number. They went to China. LeBron hasn't been in China in a minute. He went to China and did the tour. Usually, that's when you first sign a guy and you do the annual. Maybe you're even a sneaker 8. You're not taking that trip at year 23. He had the mic in, people fainting, people dedicating, they naming their kids LeBron over there in China, doing the whole spiel. As if the last person I seen get treated like that was Stephon Marbury. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just over there for a minute. But again, they're all in on this. But I just knew that Prime Day's today, no free promo. But I thought that they were leaning into that because they teased it in the summer. So I was like, okay.
And they did that last year. So that was the
he
natural inclination.
And he has a multi-year partnership with that.
Yo, Prime is just sitting here being like, we didn't even have to do an ad. We didn't have to shoot an ad for us to tell the world that it was Prime Day on Tuesday.
That's probably my fault because I just was ambitious and I didn't know that I forgot about Hennessy. This is year 2 of Hennessy, by the way.
Okay.
He's
Do you think LeBron actually drinks Hennessy?
He's the face of VSOP. No, I think he drinks
red wine.
I'm blanking on the name right now.
And his own tequila.
No, I'm talking about the Hennessy that starts with a P. Paradis. He drinks Paradis, but Paradis, you ain't touching Paradis like that. Like, to even get Paradis, you gotta like, hello? I need some bottles of like nobody top shelf not even having Paradis like on deck. Like restaurants, you're not even gonna get, yo, can I get Hennessy Paradis? Like, no. So for him to be VSOP, he got a bag, like to make you care about the next level of Hennessy.
Trey,
Hennessy
like if you're
Paradis, $1,500 a total wine for one bottle.
You know what I'm saying?
Trey, what I don't understand is like LeBron decided to do a play on the most unpopular moment of his career. Like from an ad standpoint, why do you want to parody something that people hated you for?
Paradis.
Wouldn't you?
Hennessy Paradis.
There you go.
That would have been good. That would have been good. Like I would have been
shut
like,
down all puns in the
I would have been
meetings.
walking around like, yo, I know people think this is a parody, and just kept throwing off of that. But like, you got a future in
came up with this
copywriting
new
right there,
campaign.
Maze. You got a future in copywriting.
Production.
Yeah, I think at this point, man, this is the rich getting richer, man. I think he's just pushing that tally as much as he possibly can while he's in that uniform because he's just doing uncharacteristic deals that are funding probably other things, right? He got the TV show coming out where he's going to be the game show host during the season. I don't know how this is going to work. Maybe they recorded all the episodes.
They had to have, they usually batch record those couple days, knock them out.
That's a whole nother thing. He has that show. He has another thing that's coming out. Like, he's active. So at this point, I'm not mad at him, but it's almost too much. You know what I mean? At this point, an overload of LeBron.
All this stuff that he's doing off the court with Hennessy and this game show, does that happen if Luka Doncic isn't traded to LA? Because it seems like this might be a reaction to like, I'm not the guy anymore, so I might as well get this bag over here.
I mean, I feel like he making up for money that he could have had. Like there would have been a contract offer. Not saying that he needs it, even though he says that, you know, the net worth's lying. He doesn't have $1 billion. So I don't know. But I will say this is that I don't put it past LeBron. You know what I mean? I don't think that he's greedy. I think he's just doing his thing at this point. He's just living off the land.
Yeah, what's his new show? The Main Thing?
Mm-hmm. Which he's not focusing on the main thing.
that's
the irony.
Keep the main thing
the main thing.
There's the title of the episode, The Main Thing.
The main thing.
Keep the main thing the like third main thing. That's what Pat Riley always said, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Trey, you said you were disappointed in the sheeple out there that fell for it, that bought this hook, line, and sinker, that drove Lakers ticket prices up from $82 against the Jazz on April 12th, 2026 to $580 per Vivid
$775, by the way.
For the Jazz game, that's crazy.
That you can't offload.
But isn't people buying marketing like what you were all about? Like, isn't this what you're looking for?
I think it's a thumbs up. I think Wyden Kennedy and LeBron James did a great job. I think it is a tone-deaf situation for the Lakers. I think the Lakers got greedy trying to ride the wave. Like, hey, did you talk to LeBron? Did you talk to LeBron? Is this actually happening? This was not communicated to us. You know what? Turn it up. They got a button back there. All of a sudden, the 300 section is out of your price range. If you want to touch the jersey on the rafters, it's going to cost you a pretty penny, under $1,000 to get in there. So, yeah, I mean, the marketing worked. Like, I think that Wyden Kennedy Amsterdam is going to win a Cannes Lions for this. you know what I mean, one of the prestigious Titan Awards for the Le Dupe, but at what cost? I think LeBron's
apparently.
I think LeBron's fans are going to be very forgiving. I'm not so forgiving just because of the sensitive moment. If you really want us to pour real feelings into it and care about your last year, you can't do this. I'm telling you, it's going to be like a boy called wolf. Every year, we're playing to a point of, is he going to retire? Is he going to retire? To the point that when he finally retires, the emotions are going to be gone because it's going to be like, all right, dude, let's just get it over with. Year 27, you're finally saying, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. I'm 45 years old. I gave it my all. You know, I'm going to be with my family. His daughter's graduating from high school, by the way. You know what I mean? Like,
empty nester.
He coming home at the time when there's no kids at the house.
Yeah, it's like if you surprise someone so much, like the surprise is worn off. You know? It's like, for LeBron, that's what I worry about, is that when he actually wants to do the retirement tour, people are going to be like, all right, what's the other shoe that's going to drop here? And then like game 82, he's like, no, seriously, this is it. This is the last game. But like, it's not like he's the first person to like have retirement commitment issues. There's Tom Brady, there's Michael Jordan, but this is a different sort, right?
I think at the era of where we're at the top where we know everything, right? And I think with Michael Jordan, cool, right? It's the 90s, he's out. And in 2003, he beat the whole odds of actually internet, right? Like it was the last little thing. He retired before Black Planet was created. He couldn't even make a dating profile at this point. You know what I'm saying? He really was out the game. So like, it's hard to put him in a conversation to be like, Mike, you sold us out for this. I think it's kind of interesting that Michael Jordan going to be on Prime talking sports.
NBC,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be one of those things where that gets interesting because it's like, oh, he does have a price. I think that's interesting, but also, do we get
he's going to be good, by the way?
I think he's going to suck. But at the end of the day, no, because again, like the critique, I don't think he's going to either have to be like Brady and just kind of like not be that old guy. And I don't think Michael Jordan going to really be just, you trash. But I think his own celeb and career is going to be in the way of his critique because people are even going to be that he was working alongside are going to be like, well, when you, instead of just like treating him as a peer, if they don't get past the allure of Michael Jordan and don't treat him as a peer, it's going to be very hard for him to succeed in this because it's going to be like, well, when you played, you just made it look easy. And then he's going to have to constantly storytell, correct, or push the, what he needs to do right here, blah, 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 blah. Like, and I just don't know if we've never seen Michael Jordan in that, he's not a man of many words. It's not like, he's just always been long-winded. Even when he sat down and talked with Ahmad Rashad with his sunglasses on, it was kind of like, I'm offended. You're talking to me this way. The body of work, like it's almost like matter-of-factly and shut off at every time. Like, come on. But he also backed it up to a point where, he might even break the ice and just kill all conversations of what conversations to say. I think LeBron's he's the greatest.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
Purina believes no one should have to make the impossible choice between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Through the Purple Leash Project, Purina is helping create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Big news. Sephora is now on Uber Eats. So if you find yourself facing a beauty emergency, like needing a last-minute gift, or you're just out of your favorite mascara, again, don't panic. We got you. Order now and get $10 off on Sephora orders of $50 or more on the Uber Eats app. Order now. Offer ends October 30th. One order per customer. Additional terms apply. See app for availability. Delivery fees may apply.
This episode is brought to you by Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty believes your body is brilliant, naturally designed to thrive, inside and out. For those always looking for new ways to support your health from head to heels, Nature's Bounty has a range of over 400 vitamins and supplements born from 50 years of trust and care. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature. Visit naturesbounty.com to learn more.
We got Tuesday, October 21st, Golden State Lakers on Peacock, NBC.
Mike could say it. Mike could just dead it all. Yeah, LeBron's the greatest. And I'm going to shatter. I'm going to break into like tiny pieces, but it's going to be the end all be all.
What if it's just his Hall of Fame speech every week?
And he just cries.
And he trashes people and tells them they suck. And this person made me feel like I suck. And so I work to beat this person. Like, what if that's what he is? He trashes people constantly every week.
I think it's a lose-lose because they're going to be like, he's arrogant. He's a jerk. He's an old hater. Every old player, fans want every old player to be like Allen Iverson. Modest. Man, we couldn't do nothing with y'all boys, man. You know, you the greatest I ever seen. He telling that to Ja Morant. Ja Morant ain't won no MVP. Ja Morant is an excellent talent. But to be like, yo, he better than me, or maybe Steph Curry, rightfully so. But like, guys that haven't really tasted champagne in June, it's kind of hard to get them to stamp of approval and say that they better than that person. When you actually won, you still got to win the games. I don't care if it's 12 and under. You know what I mean? You know, going undefeated is very hard on any level.
February 22nd, Lakers Boston on NBC. So we get Larry Bird back. Maybe do a little sit down with Larry. Talk a little Jason Tatum. I feel like we could kind of script some of these. We could be producer for these episodes. Like, all right,
easy
so
call.
I'm looking at these dates for NBC games with the Lakers. We got October 21st. We got November 25th, Clippers, Lakers. We've got January 20th, Nuggets, Lakers. That's Tuesday night. We got February 1st at New York, Knicks, Lakers. And then we've got February 22nd, Celtics, Lakers.
So, Tom, are you imagining bringing in a different legend every time to sit down with MJ? And
Yeah. Magic and Isaiah style. They just sit across from each other, tell old stories, and just go full-blown 90s nostalgia. Like, that is the play for NBC. I fully believe that NBC, they've done a great job rolling out, like, kind of this retro 90s theme with the round ball rock. They need to go all the way in and, like, have Michael and all of his buddies, all of his cronies, all his guys from back in the 90s, and just sit around and tell stories. Like, that would be the best way to handle Michael Jordan. Not talking about today's game.
What is his special title again?
Special contributor or something like that, you know?
Yeah, like, Mike might not even leave Charlotte or Puerto Rico or wherever the hell he is. It's going to be green screen, and he's going to have a blazer on with a T-shirt under. and some basketball shorts under the desk. And he's going to be like, hey, you know, in the first quarter, they got to be a little bit aggressive. And
I hope that's not it. I hope he does no analysis of this era.
I think that's going to be it. Unfortunately.
Is that what the people want?
No, it's not. You sold me on what I would like to see, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, but that's a podcast series. That's not the coverage of the NBA on NBC.
Yeah.
Oh, but you could be like, tonight at halftime or tonight before the game, watch Michael sit down with Isaiah Thomas, or watch Michael sit down the first time that he's talked to Charles Barkley in 10 years. Like, you're telling me you're not tuning into the broadcast that night?
That's a podcast.
But also, these are guys that he has not squashed the beef with. Not sitting down with Barkley, not sitting down. He's not giving them the benefit of the doubt. I would like to see him squash the beef with Charles Barkley because I just think they would be entertaining, because he would just kind of like humanize Charles Barkley to the most and just joke on him from a bully style. And then Isaiah, they might still be competitive, and I think it would be great for television, but it's just not going to happen. I don't think there's an amount of dollar for Michael Jordan to sit with them because he's just that petty. He's just not doing it.
Or he can monetize it in, like, I'm not going to just sit down with Charles Barkley unless I make some money off of it, you know? Yep. And so here comes NBC, like, we'll give you this blank check if you create content for us. And that would be... I love that. I mean, think about it. How much appointment television is there now? Outside of like actual games, is there appointment viewing that you have to sit down and watch live?
Not since The Last Dance.
And it was Michael Jordan.
It was Michael Jordan.
You know?
Michael Jordan's appointment TV for sure. Just breaking the fourth wall of anybody. Think about the people that you don't see on the regular. It's very rare. People that don't have Instagram, they even got Charles Barkley finally on Instagram, to the point where you say, I wonder what he's up to. And I just was talking to my guy, Ian Stonebrook, about this. I said, Eddie Jones, I seen a picture of Kenny Anderson and Dale Ellis. And I said, what the hell? Where has Dale Ellis been? I genuinely was curious because I couldn't find him or look him up because he's not like an active old guy. Like, I can go talk to a Nick Van Exel if I was curious. If I can go talk to an Aaron McKee, I can go talk to an Eric Snow because these guys have social media. I had Speedy Claxton on. Like, anybody you really wanted to reach out to, hit their management and you could talk to. But the idea that you could actually hear Michael Jordan have a regular conversation, which we've never been exposed to unless you've been to a Jordan party or you actually are looped into something. You don't get this access. So this is the first time that ratings are going to be skyrocketed because they think either he's going to bash players or they're just the curiosity of how I think it's going to be like, yo, Michael Jordan was great. We got to see more. But I think he's going to be trying to be too on the nose of just kind of like, who is he talking to? Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter? Who is he pointing back to? Taylor? Like, who is the person that he points and kicks it off to?
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be Ahmad Rashad, Michael, and...
Okay, Boomer. It's the Highlights League. We got to get some Instagram clips. You think this is going to work? With Jordan? I'm pretty, after this conversation, I'm pretty worried he's going to be bad now.
Them eyes are going to be yellow. It's going to be crazy. He going to have that tequila on deck. It's going to be great. I can't wait, man.
In front of his green screen in Puerto Rico with a cigar waiting for him right off camera.
He's going to be moving where the actual background going to be revealed.
Not going to actually watch the game.
He for sure not watching the game.
Bring his comments in about literally anything. I don't know. I'm worried, Tom.
He might even do a gambling ad.
Ooh.
Well,
that'd be great.
Would it though?
Full circle.
I mean,
I wish we had this back in the 90s. DraftKings, my 3-team parlay today.
I had to go to Atlantic City during the NBA playoffs.
Parlay for millions.
Oh my God, the MJ parlay.
The GOAT picks. The GOAT picks would be amazing.
And he's wrong every week.
Who's not going to follow up with Jordan, bro?
I mean,
the
Hornets
GOAT
fans.
Picks, Yeah, true. But the GOAT picks is crazy.
Man.
Because you can't re-team. You can't, please, and please, I beg you, Marcus, I'm blanking on his daughter's name and his other son, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Do not get him on social media after this. Do not. Just let him cook. Let him be only accessible where you get to watch, but you don't get to talk back.
Okay. I feel like, speaking of Hennessy, by the way, the drop, like, wasn't it supposed to be noon Eastern? And then they like tweeted it out? Because what do you think happened there, Trey? Like, what do you think? Why did they bungle the timing of it where he teased that it was going to be noon Eastern?
Amsterdam, baby. Amsterdam, baby. And also, scheduled posts don't be working how you want it to work.
Yeah.
It just
Did
don't
Shams
work.
get a hold of it first? It was like, we got to preempt this. We got to get out ahead of this.
I highly doubt it. I seen it, but like at first, I didn't know till I started seeing my coworkers, my old colleagues posting the credits of the behind the scenes of how they made this happen. And I was like, of course y'all did it. You know what I mean? Which should have been great, because I'm glad I didn't know, though, because I would have ruined it for them. And because I would have just said it. I would have just straight out said, again, me being on Basketball Illuminati, this season, Trevon Edwards is ruining basketball for you.
Oh, shit.
It's been official. I don't have no allegiance to no company.
That's Trey's decision.
Outside of Count the
Chaos.
Dings. Yes. outside of Count the Dings. I don't work for bleep. I don't work for bleep. You know what I'm saying? I can say whatever. Confirmed. Breaking news.
Okay.
I have no restrictions.
Mace, do you have any burning questions for Trey now that we've got the unvarnished Trey?
All right.
Uncut.
Trey unleashed. No chains on him. How early did you know Seth Curry was going to be a Warrior?
Early. I'll say that.
You just clammed up.
Yep.
Early. No, I was like early. I was just like, my elbow was itching. I knew very early though. Because my thing was like, it was in there, but he still wasn't telling me. Mm-hmm. I knew it, but he wasn't telling me. Like, it was like, I was waiting on the confirmation. Yeah. And even still, it's still a weird thing because it's Exhibit 9. So he doesn't technically join a team until my birthday, January 10th. He's gonna get waived, and then he has to like stick around and just stay in shape.
All right. Speaking of the Warriors and Seth Curry, do you think that they're going to go make a play for Giannis?
No, but I do think this is great for business. For me.
Yeah.
For me.
For
like,
you guys unleashed business.
The Bay Area faithful, I love y'all. Like, I already know where this about to go with this, but that's cool because anything I'm attached to when we come to Basketball Illuminati, I'm here too. So it's great. It's good gravity. But I think the whole New York Giannis thing, you know what's crazy? Before I moved to Indiana, I seen him, his wife, and his kids in Meatpacking District. Giannis. And this is the second time I seen them. They love New York. They really just love New York. So I think that his wife's from Fresno's, small town vibes, whatever. I just think that the idea, if there was an American city that he wanted to live in, it was New York City. And the reports came out that I think his wife is now going to put his kids in school in Greece. They're moving to Greece.
Oh, yeah.
During the season. So it just the cards probably didn't unfold how they really wanted to, because obviously the Knicks didn't make an offer, which is very wise for the Knicks. Even though Giannis is one of those players that you absolutely trade for, I think this is the 1 year that the Knicks should stay together because they have a chance to actually make the finals.
Well, here's the thing. So Shams pointed this out in his story for ESPN that Giannis is eligible to sign his extension, his big $200 million plus extension, October 1st, 2026. And the only way that you can sign that extension with a new team is if you've had 6 months before October 1st with that team. So if he signs in the offseason or gets traded in the offseason, he can't sign that extension with the Knicks, which means that the sweepstakes probably has an expiration date of the trade deadline this year, that whomever he's on at the trade deadline is probably who he's going to be signing that extension with, whether that's the Milwaukee Bucks at the trade deadline, or if they move him at the trade deadline, they can sign an extension with that team. So it gets interesting because the Knicks don't really have long-term assets that the Milwaukee Bucks want.
It wouldn't have worked anyway. They would have to part with Jalen Brunson pretty much.
There's no way.
And it's just not happening. Yeah. It would be similar to the Luka trade because again, the city's invested so much. Dude, they wanted a statue built, bro, and he ain't win nothing. They ain't even touched the finals. He ain't even had a career close to Patrick Ewing's, and they wanted the statue built. So you think if they didn't secure a Jalen Brunson extension or just do what they say do what he wants, you don't think that city is going to be set on fire? Oh my goodness.
All right. So Houston, what about Houston and Giannis?
I think the writing was on the wall because of Ime, but not really. I don't think it was one of those situations. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like them getting Kevin was cool, but I think the idea, like they would have to, like how KD said, I'm expensive. Giannis is expensive. It's certain players that you got to gut your team to get. It's just not going to happen. So it's never going to get to a situation like the Warriors 2016 where you just get rich in a signing.
Yeah.
If you're trading for these guys, you're going to gut the team unless they're being able to sign. And I just think that most of those players, quote unquote, that you would want that could add a championship impact are too old now to wait to get to the free agency to sign with somebody. Like LeBron, wherever he gonna end up, it's still gonna be like a 2-year deal for something ridiculous, and he gets to join with whatever team is, but you still have to hope that he shows up being a top 10 player every season.
I call it the gut tax. The gut tax is you have to gut your team in order to acquire a guy like Giannis. Like the Warriors didn't have to gut their team or trade Klay Thompson or Draymond Green to add Kevin Durant because of the cap spike, and they just added him in free agency. But like Carmelo in 2011, when the Denver Nuggets traded for half the Knicks roster and 2 first-round picks to get Carmelo, the Knicks could have waited in free agency and then signed him outright. But because Carmelo wanted an extension, they had to do it a little bit earlier. And one of those 2 picks that the Knicks sent over to Denver turned into none other than Jamal Murray, the co-star for the 2023 NBA championship. If you look, and I wrote about this for Yahoo Sports, Trey, if you look at the history of recent NBA champions, a lot of them are on the other side of those superstar deals. The Thunder, they traded Paul George to the Clippers and got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and a boatload of picks. You look at Denver, they got Jamal Murray because of the Knicks trade with Carmelo Anthony. You look at the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. How did they get those picks?
Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett.
Exactly. So if you're the Bucks, I think you're motivated to trade him because I think, A, you're not going anywhere with him right now with Miles Turner being your second best player. And B, the worst case scenario would be Giannis gets hurt. I hope he doesn't or anything like that. And you end up in a situation that they just found themselves in with Damian Lillard where it's like, man, we don't have nearly as much trade value now in our player. And they decide, hey, like we got to figure out a way to move Giannis, but now it's tough, right? So, man, the Bucks, they should have learned this lesson with Damian Lillard, and they ended up not trading him, and now they had to cut loose and have his salary on the books for the next 5 seasons. I just feel like they got to trade him, and Houston, they kind of learned in that James Harden trade and the Russell Westbrook trade, like it's better to be on the other side where you don't have to gut your entire team to go get that star player rather than having to trade Amen Thompson, Reed Shepard, Jabari Smith to go get Giannis.
Yep. No, they get it. They get it. Absolutely.
Tom's an inside man wearing the Young Buck hat on this recording. He just wants Young Bucks. That's all he wants. Get some draft picks.
I want free Reed Shepard. That's what I want. Get him on the Milwaukee Bucks. Get him on some
I'll be back.
Watch out for Trey's Unleashed season 2025.
We got some great stories, too, on the pod coming soon.